Okay, so marketing mix, the 4 Ps. Okay, so we've got product, price, place, promotion. I'm going to start off with product here. 3 things I want you to know in product: product differentiation, product life cycle, and the Boston Matrix, the product portfolio. I've got a whole video on the product portfolio, so please have a look at that for the information, but I'll go through product differentiation and product life cycle on this board here. So first of all, product differentiation, the degree to which consumers perceive your product to be different from competitors. Okay, so basically it's your unique selling point. What is it that makes your product different? And your unique selling point is usually based around having a higher quality or being able to charge a lower price. Higher quality must be maybe you're using better raw materials, or maybe you've got more skilled labour. Lower price, you must be able to make the product cheaper or have lower profit margins. So maybe you've got economies of scale, maybe you've got more productive workforce. But essentially, how is your product different? It's product differentiation, and the benefits of product differentiation means that you can charge a higher price. If it's different, it's got brand identity and it's perceived as high quality. And you can have brand loyalty where people actually know your product and therefore decide that that is the product for them, and therefore you're going to have increased revenue in the longer term. Evaluation for product differentiation, it is rarely permanent, okay? So whatever your USP now is, it may need investment to maintain it to next year and in the long term. Okay, product life cycle then. So product life cycle, usually you see this graph here. X-axis is time. So this is basically what's happening to revenue through time, and it starts off with 0 and it increases rapidly, it matures, declines, and then we've got this spike here at the end, which I'll go through. So the key thing about the product life cycle is knowing what marketing decisions need to happen at each stage of that product life cycle. So if we go stage number 1, the research and development stage, the business will be doing test marketing, okay? The business will be selling products out to its target segment, getting feedback. They'll be selling them prototypes, products which aren't quite finished yet, but are close, and then they'll be making improvements to those prototypes to decide what they're actually going to launch. This stage, they're spending a lot of money on research and development, and they're achieving 0 revenue. So obviously they're not going to be in profit at this stage here. Introduction, they're going to have to start producing, they're increasing their production. They're going to have to do heavy promotion, and that could be on things like advertising, as well as launch events, public relations, PR. So that's an expensive stage there with, again, very low revenue being achieved. Number 3, growth. Okay, so growth. Production's massively increasing now. The product is becoming known. We're promoting heavily. We're trying to establish our market share. We're doing lots of advertising. Profits may be arriving here, they may not be, depends on the product. But essentially revenue is increasing rapidly, and we're focused on advertising because we're trying to get the revenue all the way up to maturity. Okay, number 4, maturity. So here the revenue is at its highest, and potentially people know about our products, so therefore we don't need to advertise as much. So we can actually reduce total costs by reducing advertising. We've got the highest revenue, which implies this is the highest profit stage. Marketing decisions, we need to think about what extension strategies we're going to do, or focused on a whole new product. So potentially another product in our portfolio, we might have a star or a problem child that we need to start considering, because we know that this one is almost coming to the end of its life cycle. If we take number 5, decline, basically at the decline stage, our product is going out of fashion, or it's been replaced by another technology. Marketing decisions, we've got to plan extension strategies, we've got to plan a new product, and we've got to decide whether we want to withdraw it or not. This should say number 6 down here, extension strategies, this spike. So basically, sometimes businesses will be able to maintain the revenue of a product, won't withdraw it, but will actually change something. I always like to think there's 3 kind of ways you can do an extension strategy. You can either change the product slightly, you bring out the Barbie with the different outfits and things like that, and you keep the revenue for Barbie going. But it can't be a major change, otherwise you're producing a new product with a new life cycle. But you're tweaking the product somehow. Something else, you might decide to do a promotional campaign to try and bring it back into fashion. But there's no guarantee that's successful, so evaluate that by thinking, well, actually, if it's redundant technology or the trend's changed, it could be an expensive mistake. And then the other thing you could do with it, I was thinking about the Nintendo Wii here, which is where basically we have a Nintendo Wii traditionally being bought by children to play computer games, and they brought out the Wii Fit board. And suddenly there was a lot of sales coming from a much older demographic. Okay, people using the Wii Fit to monitor their health, and so they actually saw a spike in revenue from a different segment, and that could be another way to extend their strategy. Okay, so that's product differentiation, product life cycle, and then the boss matrix in another video.